What's up, ladies? All right, let's talk through if you overate over the weekend or you went on holiday or something did not go as planned and you're like, okay, what do I do today? Do I eat less? Do I do more steps? Do I work out more? What am I supposed to do? So that's what we're going to dive into today. But first, make sure you are in our free Facebook group called Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women, where we give away a ton of free resources, support, help, guidance, and so much. So make sure you head over there to get everything that you can. Okay, cool. All right, ladies. So, what is the problem insight, right? So, the problem is, okay, I totally overate for 4th of July, or I went out to this barbecue, I went to this social situation, or I went out to dinner and I had things planned and they just did not go according to plan at all. So now I feel like I should probably lower my macros, right? Or now I feel like, you know what, maybe I just shouldn't really eat very much today and then kind of balance the books, right? Make up for it throughout the whole week. The problem that this is causing though is number one, it's creating inconsistencies for your body. The way we get consistent progress, the way we feel energized, the way we feel more and more toned, and the way we feel better and better each week is through consistency. And so overeating was an inconsistency, but then turning around and undereating is another inconsistency. So it's really not the best approach, right? And I'll talk about what are some good approaches. The other thing too is, let's say that you're overeating and then the next day undereating. Well, you're going to be hungry. You might be cranky. I mean, so many things, right? Your metabolism may shift in ways you don't want it to. There's so many negative consequences from this. And it can create these like binge starvation cycles. I know that may be extreme for some, but not for others. And so restricting yourself the next day because of what happened the day prior or the weekend prior really is not a good approach, okay, for many reasons. And so I know sometimes we feel like I should have done better. I knew better. I had a plan. Why didn't I stick to it? Something is wrong with me. Like I just need more willpower. I just need this. I just need that. And I think it's so important to remember that we're not perfect robots. And when we expect ourselves to be perfect, when we expect ourselves to go perfectly according to plan and never mess up and always hit our macros, we're already setting ourselves up for failure because it's not even fair. You know, of course we want to be consistent. Of course we want to be compliant. Of course we want to do all the things, but it's also important to learn to have grace. That's a huge, 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 huge aspect of this journey, ladies, is really to learn to have grace. So what's the actual strategy? What's the correct strategy when you do go over, right? Last weekend was 4th of July. When you do go over in a weekend during vacation, what do? You start the next day fresh. You start the next day fresh. You eat your normal macros. You don't cut them. You don't over exercise. It's okay to get in more steps if you want, but don't feel like you have to make it up. Exercising your grace muscle is just as important as exercising your discipline muscle. It really is, because when we don't exercise our grace muscle, what happens is we sit in cycles of guilt and shame and feeling like crap about ourselves. Been there so many times. I get it. And all that does is make us feel so much worse moving forward. It makes us sit in lack, right? It makes us sit in places that we don't need to be. And so when we exercise our grace muscle, sometimes it can feel irresponsible. Like, don't worry about it. It was just a day. It's okay. You move on. It's like, oh, hell no. I'm taking responsibility for my actions. And I love that. I get that. I honor you for that. It's admirable. To a degree, though, we need to find the line. You know what I mean? By being able to actually say, hey, you know what? I totally overate. I did things that I might not even want to say out loud. And that is shameful for me. That feels embarrassing for me. But instead of sitting in that embarrassment, you know what I'm going to choose to do? I'm going to choose to say, I see you. It's okay. We are going to let it go. What are some strategies we can do moving forward? Do I know strategies that I can change moving forward? Take stock. Start gathering awareness. Well, why did I do that? Why did I feel like I need to overeat? Well, I was just having fun. I was having drinks and it just happened. Okay, no problem. Maybe we can try to have less drinks next time. Or maybe it's like, I don't know what I could have done better. That's okay. Meet yourself where you're at. And maybe today it is just meeting yourself with grace, and that's okay. but we never slash our calories, right? We never punish ourselves for what happened. And sitting in guilt and shame is punishment. Those things don't need to belong to us, and it's not responsible by sitting in those things. What's responsible is taking stock, like I said, getting awareness over, okay, here was my plan. Here's what happened. Why didn't it go to plan? And you're like, I don't know. Like, okay, no problem. Think about it. Think about it. What were you thinking about when you started eating? What were you thinking about when you weren't following your plan? And maybe you can start to pinpoint different things. And then maybe it was, I was just trying to have fun. I just wanted to be a part of it. I didn't want to miss out. So I don't know what my strategy could have been differently because I still don't want to miss out. It's like, well, you can bring different side dishes. You can bring different main dishes. You can bring different drinks. You can drink more water, right? There are strategies that you can implement that doesn't require you to miss out on the fun, because missing out on the fun is not a sustainable lifestyle, right? How can we marry the two, having fun and living a super healthy and sustainable lifestyle? And it is just these small shifts of different side dishes, more water, eating more slowly, putting your fork down between bites, talking more, walking around more instead of just sitting by the food table, right? Small things like that do make a huge difference, okay? But regardless of what happened over the weekend or whenever, let it go. It's okay to let it go. We even tell our one-on-one clients, it's like, don't worry about tracking on the holidays if you don't want to. It's up to you. Because when you don't track, you're actually building trust with yourself about your great decisions, hopefully. And if you weren't building trust, it's not a slap on the hand. It's actually just awareness of maybe what you're ready for at the moment and maybe where your weak spots are. Weak spots are not bad. Weak spots are areas that we can practice exercising our grace muscle for ourselves and pinpointing where we need strategy. Does that make sense? It's pinpointing where we need strategy instead of like, broadly, I can't stay on track with my macros. What the heck is wrong with me? Absolutely nothing is wrong with you. You need different mindset perspectives and you need different strategies for your lifestyle. And those things are beautiful and completely a part of the journey. Completely a part of the journey. Okay. All right, cool. This video is going to be shorter than I thought. And ladies, if you have questions, please let me know and I'll answer them right now. All right, cool. And if I'm off this video, I'll come back and answer them. Let me check my notes really quick. All right, cool. Yeah. That's a huge thing to remember, ladies, is it's what you do the most of that impacts your progress the most. So one day, if the scale is way up, don't worry, give it a few days. It's water weight. Give it a few days. The scale will pop back down. Today and every day, focus on high quality food and hitting your macros and drinking your water. That's it. No stress, no shame, no tears, no secretly feeling bad. Go back to your macros. Go back to the basics. The basics and your foundations are everything, okay? All right, cool. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so I said the way to create a sustainable lifestyle you enjoy is not by overeating then restricting. It's learning to have grace for yourself and realizing that these things happen and they are normal and they're okay. These things happen, they are normal and they are okay. Move on. Move on. Move on. Let me say it again. Move on. Okay. So last week, some of you may have seen, I created a free guide for the 4th of July. It had really healthy, yummy side dishes and main dishes for for the social event. It had snacks for if you're on the lake or traveling or whatever. And then there was 2 pages of mindset work to just help with mindful eating habits and also helping you relax a little bit, relax your mind a little bit and not feel like you have to be perfect. If you did not get that and you want that, just type in BBQ, like barbecue, in the comments and I'll send that over to you. It's totally free and it's definitely worth a look. The recipes are fantastic. I think they're great. I actually use them as well for my own barbecue, for our own camping experience. And they were delicious, super healthy, super macro friendly, and really great. So it doesn't feel like you're missing out on the fun. You're having these amazing foods, which is helping shift your identity and who you are. We don't always have to have the chicken wings. You know what I mean? We don't always have to have all these things. When we slowly but surely shift the types of foods that we like and the types of foods that we're exposing ourselves to, it affects the foods that we want and the foods that we enjoy. It's beautiful. It's part of the lifestyle development. So is this. So is this. Having grace for yourself when you make a mistake for the 100th time, the same dang mistake. How am I still making the same mistake? You still got to have grace for yourself. Find the new strategy. Find the new strategy, get awareness and find the new strategy. But it's okay to continue to have grace because what's the alternative? You feel like crap. And then you probably overeat because you feel like crap, right? Because it makes you feel better. You know what I mean? So grace, 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 grace. You high achievers, it's not irresponsible. It's good. and it's valuable and it's useful to accelerate you, not hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Got you, ladies. I see those barbecues coming in. Yeah, I'll send that over to you. All right, cool, ladies. That's all I have for you today. I know that was quick, but I know a lot of you, it's like we're coming back from this holiday and there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of emotions, some good, some neutral, some, we're still thinking about the weekend. We got to let it go, move on, enjoy your week, have an amazing week. Today is a brand new start to the day. Tomorrow is a brand new start. The next day is a brand new start. Not to restart your nutrition, but to not let your past trap you in prison. Restarting the next, let me change that word. It's not restarting. That's not what we're doing. We're starting fresh. We're starting a new day fresh. We're letting past mistakes be the past, and we're celebrating wins. Oh yeah, that was another thing I wanted to tell you, ladies. This past weekend or whatever, if you're feeling some type of way, any shame or negativity, find where you won. Small things. Well, I drink quite a bit of water. I had good conversations with friends. I put myself out there. I felt confident, or I was bold in this situation. Find wins. Those are huge. When we have gratitude for the wins, it dims the mistakes, and mistakes are normal, and they're a part of the journey and a part of the process. That they're just there. They don't need to define us. Our identity is in something higher. Our identity is in something better. So make sure that's your focus, okay? All right, ladies, any questions you have, let me know. I'm happy to answer those, okay? I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.